Okay. It's not quite a full homage to James Earl Jones. If you build it, he will come. But if you ask for it enough as a sicko, we will bring it back. And so we are here now for the first PHLY edition of Swooper Soarcasting. Bo Wulf, Fran Duffy, Zach Berman over at the NovaCare Complex. We're recording this ahead of the show today because it is that important. The Eagles' different schedule today because of the Monday night game. We're making it happen anyway. So let's get to the rules for those of you who are unfamiliar with the greatest game ever invented. Swooper Soarcasting. This is a bidding game, a prediction game, okay? So over the course of this game, there are going to be 12 items up for bid. I have picked 3. Zach has picked 3. Fran has picked 3. And Deniz has submitted 3 ahead of time to Julia. Now, these are all items that could or could not happen in the game, the next Eagles game, which, of course, is Monday night against the Atlanta Falcons. Each contestant has 24 turkeys with which to bid every week. And if you don't use your turkeys, they carry over. Of course, people familiar with Zacks' strategy will know that very well. Whoever owns the most items that end up coming correct in the game, you get a point for every item that becomes true. And whoever has the most items that comes true wins the week. And you get a full point. If there's a tie, we'll disseminate 2 half points. If it's a 3-way tie, everybody gets a third of the point. And on we go. Whoever finishes with the most points at the end of the season wins the game. And we should say ahead of time, in the playoffs, the points rise. Every week of the playoffs adds another point to how many points are at stake. Is that familiar to you, Fran? Do you understand the rules for your first time playing?
I do. As I told you guys before, I watched every episode of the show. So I listened to every episode of the show, I should say. So I was familiar with the game. I misremember one part. Okay. I thought if there was a tie, that the next week becomes a 2-point week. Was that change?
We changed that. I think we did that one year. Okay. We turned it into a skins game.
Yep.
I think it turned out. I think that's what we did for the last year,
iteration.
But we're going back to basics this year. We're not making it a skins game.
I will say I went back and as I could do. I went
scouting.
I had to do some film studies.
Wow.
I watched probably 7 or 8 Super
really
before that. Yes. Probably the only thing uglier than that was watching Bryce Young this week than watching some of those episodes. It was rough.
And by the way, into the weeds a little bit, you have to have at least one turkey. You have to nominate a thing. So when Zach is going to go first, he's going to say, this is the item. He's going to nominate it for at least one turkey. So if you don't have any turkeys left in the last round when you're nominating, you can borrow one from next week's allotment, but only one. You cannot bid any further than one. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Zach?
I did not realize that was a rule, but
that was a rule that we put into place towards the end. Yeah. To keep things moving a little bit.
A lot's happened in this past year.
Yes. Do you feel confident that you remember how to play this game?
I feel confident knowing that if I keep turkeys in my pocket, they're still good next week, and they're still good in a month, and they're still good in 3 months. So I feel confident knowing that the longest view in the room is a beneficial view to take.
Well, that's an important reminder, Zach. Before we get going, a lot has changed since we last played Swooper. I think we need to take at least one moment of silence in honor of Charlie Munger.
He's brilliant, man. So.
All right.
I didn't know we were doing a full graphic. I was not expecting that for our audio listeners.
I should not have laughed at that. He's a brilliant man. But the graphic made me laugh. So.
All right, Zach, you get to kick us off. The first item of the 2024 Swooper season is
5.
The Falcons score equal or fewer points than the 2018 season opener, which was also against the Falcons, the Falcons against the Eagles at Lincoln Financial Field. That was 12 points the Falcons scored. So equal or fewer.
Okay,
and
so
12.
the Falcons and this stationary offense scores 12 or fewer points against the Eagles in this game. You are opening the bidding at 1?
I'm opening the bidding at 1.
I'll say 2.
I'll go 3.
Now, Julia, we actually didn't talk about this. It's on you to be the auctioneer here.
Okay.
So a going once, a going twice sold as the proceedings continue.
Okay.
And if there's a tie in terms of who does the bid, you have to be the arbiter in that
Yes.
situation in terms of
no.
who came in first. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 4. I will go 4 here.
And for context, of course, as Fran has, I imagine, outlined in this point in his review of the Falcons, they scored 10 points last week.
So
4 going once? Going twice?
Twice.
All right.
I'll
I'll take
four.
4. Falcons, 12 or fewer points. And I'm down to 20 turkeys. All right. My first item up for submission. At least one of the following things happens on the Falcons' opening possession. So we're betting here on a little bit of a pullback from last week for the Falcons. Kirk Cousins takes at least one snap of under center play action. Drake London is targeted 3 or more times, or Kirk Cousins completes a pass of 30 yards or more. Any of those things happens on the opening Falcons possession. I open the bidding at 1.
3.
I'll go 4.
Going once, going twice.
5.
Zach with the 5.
You can have
5
your
to Zach.
I'm
You
out.
want it.
You got that, Zach.
I love Swooper that has multiple outcomes that could go. That there's multiple options there. I feel like it's a good bet to make. Spending a little much early, don't love that. But,
Surprising move. From
Yeah,
Zach.
big spender over here.
well, I'm expecting Drake London to be. I'm expecting that to be the overcorrection. Raheem Morris came out publicly and said they need to get him the ball. So that's one of those things where, boom, it's like the Devontae Smith game, week 2 of the 2022 season.
Yeah, sure, but if they go 3 and out,
Yeah,
you know,
3
it's,
targets in the opening drive. That seemed a lot for me.
Sure.
All right, over to you, Fran.
All right, so my first one. Let's go to the Eagles.
Your first swooper ever.
My first swooper ever.
Big boys, all grown up.
Let's
This is
go,
why you signed on here.
Yes, exactly. This is why I'm here. Saquon Barkley runs for at least 100 yards. He hits triple digits for the second straight week. We'll set the bidding at 1 turkey.
2 turkeys.
I'll go 3.
I'm surprised Zach's not in on this
He
bad
spent 5 in
boy.
the last
Yeah,
one.
he's done for the week. He can't
He's not
he
doing
can't
it
possibly afford anymore.
3 turkeys.
I'll go 4.
Oh.
I'll go
4.
5.
Oh.
Ooh.
5 turkeys.
The run defense was very good for Atlanta last week. They're one of the top
Yeah.
run defenses by number coming out of week 1.
But an offense that was obviously run heavy heading in,
Yep.
so they knew that. More to worry about this week.
Yes.
They were able to stay in base a lot last week. You're at 5?
I'm at 5.
Ooh. 5 turkeys going once, going twice.
No, you got it.
I'll take it for 5.
That's a good one. Saquon 100.
This is where Zach
All right.
gets in trouble.
Yeah, here we go.
Tear up on me here. Maybe I've studied the tape as well, Fran.
Oh. He did audit that class.
When going back and rewatching the old episodes, Zach, the Dana's submissions, and it was rough sledding for you for a lot of those.
Well, for context for the new listeners, we used to do it like fresh off the. I would rush home on a Friday. There'd be 1,000 things we were working on, and all this. It would be the hour 30 mark of a Friday show. This is like my only night free of the week, and then Professor Shelton comes in with a grad level game theory problem. I wasn't adequately prepared for it.
He was Dennis back then, by the way.
Excuses are the bricks that built the house of failure.
One of my favorite quotes is, "Don't ask for a lighter burden, ask for broader shoulders." So I will ask for broader shoulders here.
Okay. All right, Julia. What do we have from the madman?
Okay. is item number 4. And he said in parentheses, this is a normal auction.
Okay, normal auction.
Normal auction.
As opposed to the Dutch auction. Yep.
Hmm.
I don't know what it means, but
Yep.
the Eagles
Oh.
complete a pass using under center play action. They were
Ooh.
0 for 1 last week.
And they look bad.
Yeah.
Those under center snaps. I'll go 1.
I'll go 2.
You got 2.
I'll go 3.
Oh.
Too cheap to not go 1 more.
All right, we got 3.
I'll go 4.
Oh, 4.
Zach.
Going once. Going
It's a Danish
twice.
submission. Zach's staying out of this.
Yeah.
I'll take it for 4.
Sold
right.
a 4.
Eagles under center play action. Completion.
Completion. Down to 15.
All right, Zach, you're up.
All right, this is these are some that I like to use, which are combo platters, if you will. Saquon Barkley and Drake London have more total yards than Bijan Robinson and A.J. Brown. And I'll start the bidding at 1.
2.
I don't want to let you have this at 3 or for 2.
I'm expecting a big Bijan game here, as we'll get to on Friday and Monday's show. But, yeah, that is a cheap price here.
The classic Zach move of doing a submission that he has no interest in bidding for.
Yeah, well, that's my fantasy football auction strategy is nominating players that I don't intend to have on my team to get other people to spend their money.
Sure.
Yeah,
I
but
don't 2, but I
Oh,
think
we
I'm
I'll
got
go
2. We got 2 to Bo.
I'll go.
Oh, 3 for Zach.
Zach goes
Oh,
3.
3 to Zach.
So Saquon in London against Brown and Bijan.
3 to Zach.
3. I'll go 4.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh, 4 to Bo.
Can Zach go 5 with 2 different submissions?
4 to Bo.
Uh,
Going
Too early for me to
once.
spend my turkeys. I can't.
Going twice.
All right.
4 to Bo.
4 to Bo.
Saquon and London
Saquon in London over AJ and Bijan.
over AJ and Bijan. Okay, and I'm down to 16.
Yes.
All right, my next one. Zach's connection is spotty during the postgame show when he calls in after the game. For 1.
And Joy is the arbiter here.
Yeah. What
As
determines
always,
a
yeah.
spotty? Yep.
Spotty.
Julia.
If we have to try more than one time to connect.
Ooh, I think that's too high
It's
of a
too
bar.
high. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, all right. Then if it's buffering to the point where it's that
Were we losing
Where we
for a
lose him,
second?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is the link. The game's the link. Now,
Over there.
Nice. Wait, where did you point?
wait.
There?
Wrong. Way wrong.
There?
You guys got a problem. The 2 of you.
I'm new, all right?
I told you.
it's because the
Brad,
shades
you're
are
like
closed.
a bourbon. I already knew.
It's because the shades are closed. That's why.
Yes.
Yep. Mhm.
I think we should get that as a clip. The
Yeah.
Fran, you feel like a bourbon. And every time Fran does a Zach thing.
Put it on the soundboard.
Yeah.
Well, there are good things that I do too, Fran. Like it's not all not knowing direction.
Yeah. All right. Anybody going
It
more
is at
than
the
one
link.
on the spotty connection?
I certainly hope not.
All right. Going once, going twice.
Yep.
Sold. Okay. Down to 15.
Definitely, that's like betting on a player getting injured, right? I mean, after last week, and you know what my mood was following that Brazil game. If this connection is spotty, then I don't know what's gonna. I would be
Wire
Watch
connection
out.
from your
Yeah.
laptop for the postgame show on Monday.
Watch out, cookies of the Philadelphia area.
All right, so it's my my second
Yep.
one here. Let's go to the Eagles offense. The Eagles hit an explosive pass, so defined by Nick Sirianni as 16 plus yards, so at least 16 yards, out of an empty set. So no one in the backfield except for the quarterback.
Okay. Did they do this last week?
They did not do this last week, but I think they could this week. The Atlanta Falcons faced 3 reps of empty. No explosives allowed out of empty, but I think that there's some meat on the bone there for the Eagles offense. We'll start the bidding at 1.
2.
Who got that?
I'll go. Bo's got 2. I'll go 3.
3 to Fran. Going once. Going twice.
Wow.
I'll take it for 3.
Yeah, that's a cheap buy.
Yeah, I'll take it for 3.
Conservative bidding here, huh?
No one
I
knows what to
thought
expect with the Danish submissions here, though. I'm sure we have some
How
weird
Bo
options.
be throwing his turkeys around here? You give Bo 24 turkeys. He's like, he doesn't want to bring any. He doesn't want to bring any of those timeouts to next week, right?
All right. What do we have?
number
What do we
2.
have from Daniz?
Okay, item number 8. This is, again, a normal auction.
Ooh, another normal
wow.
auction. Wow.
Jeremiah Trotter Jr. does not play a single snap on either punt or punt return, just like he surprisingly did not last week. He only played on kickoffs and field goal block.
Wow.
I'll start this at 1. 1.
Trying to think if there's anything that would have changed.
Yeah, why would that
the
change?
outcome for
Well,
him.
even if he, I'll go 2.
Yeah. I'll go 3.
Oop. Got 3 to Fran.
4.
4.
What about? Oh,
Oh, Julia, who had it?
I think you said it first, Bo, but
Thank you.
Yep.
Whoa! That puts the connector.
I think it
Very
was-
clearly, yeah.
5.
Oh, 5 to Zach.
He doesn't want to bet on guys getting injured, but he wants to bet on guys riding the pine.
I'm betting on there are no new injuries, so unless they're making a change on the punt return group,
Yeah, I
right?
mean, he could also just be inactive.
Yep.
Yep. 5 to Zach. 5 to Zach going once. Going twice.
I'll go 6.
Oh,
Oh.
6 to Bo. 6 to
Julia,
Bo.
I feel like I feel like that was a very prolonged bidding process. I feel like we didn't get to
All right, 6 to Bo going once.
It's going twice. I feel like there's a little home cooking going on there.
You sound awfully familiar to another national conversation this week.
All right, 6 to Bo. 6
All
to
right,
Bo going
I'll take
twice.
it. Yep.
6.
All right. No Trotter, punt or punt return snaps.
2 basic auctions from Daniz. That's the upside of the week.
Yeah. All right, Zach, give us your last one.
I am up here.
I
Kyle
have 9
Pitts.
Just so you know, I have 9 turkeys left. Fran has 12. You have 19.
Oh, wow.
Kyle Pitts is making his homecoming here. First time he's returning to Philadelphia as an NFL player in a game. Kyle Pitts has more receiving yards than the combined mileage of Abington High School and Archbishop Wood to the link. So that is 53. So he needs to have at least 54 receiving yards here. And I will start the bidding at 2.
Ooh, spicy. Starts it at 2.
Just for giggles, I'll do 3.
3 to Fran.
4.
4 to Zach.
No, I mean, I feel like Zach you could get all his turkeys on this one.
Yeah, I'll do 5 here. 54 is not a ton. He led the team in receiving last week. He was the highest fantasy producing tight end in the entire NFL a week ago, even though it was like the worst fantasy week for tight ends in history last week.
All right, 5 to
What's
Fran.
that? I think someone said I told you so. Okay. I will
Oh,
go
you're
6.
pounding your chest over that performance?
I will go
The guy
6.
that took over Jamar Chase?
You got to
6 to Zach.
put your turkeys where your mouth is.
6 to
BB.
Zach.
I have a
6.
Kyle Pitts prediction.
6 to Zach.
After this one goes, I'll tell you my prediction.
6 to Zach going once.
I'll let him take it for 6.
Going twice. 6 sold to Zach.
All right,
Love
Pitts 34.
Kyle
54.
Pitts, come on down.
Here's my Kyle Pitts prediction. Mark it down right now. The Eagles trade for Kyle Pitts in the offseason.
Oh, that'd be I was actually thinking that.
He's gonna have another disappointing year. The Eagles are gonna need to replace Dallas Goedert, and they're gonna say, "Oh, there's a shiny former first-round pick. This guy, look, imagine this guy in this offense. They didn't know what to do with him. Bring him here. He's gonna be a monster." And they're gonna trade like a second-round pick for him or something dumb.
Yeah, you're really like anti for like you had this argument about Saquon Barkley, and
I had it less about Saquon Barkley. I had it more about Kenny Pickett and Mekhi Becton, to be fair. And
respectfully, there's difference between Kenny Pickett and Devin White, and then Kyle Pitts. I mean,
There's really not that much of a difference between Devin White and Kyle Pitts.
We don't need to do this now.
What's
trading a 2 versus signing a guy for the 1 year deal? There's a little bit of a difference there.
Yes. Thank you, Fran.
I would take Dallas Goedert over Kyle Pitts any day, though, right now, personally. Based
A
on what I've seen
31-year-old
in film.
Dallas Goedert, though? Or a 30-year-old Dallas Goedert over a 24-year-old Kyle Pitts?
I
Like, Matt,
have
we're
not
talking
seen
next-
much from Pitts in the last 13 months to get me all that excited, personally. But maybe that changes Sunday if he has 55 yards.
Yeah, that barometer of greatness, 55
The
yards.
Archbishop Wood Abington combination, right?
All right, my last one. It's a classic for the sickos, one that I've never used before, but I think they'll enjoy. The score at the end of any quarter in this game features a larger number perfectly divisible by the lower number, and ties do not count. So if we have a 14-7 or even a 20-2, those will all count, but ties do not count. I will start the bidding at 2.
I'll go for 3. Sure.
3 to Fran.
4.
4 to Zach.
Wow.
I got 4 quarters here to work with, right? So,
Yeah, I was hoping I was going to get this one for cheap.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm willing to go for 5 on it.
4 to Zach.
I'll go 5.
Oh, 5 to Fran.
I got a couple left.
5 to Fran going once.
Not just 4 quarters,
six
lots
here.
of numbers.
6 here.
6.
Oh.
6.
6 to Zach.
Wow.
I'll let him have him for 6.
6 to Zach going once. Going twice. Sold to Zach for 6.
All right. Divisible quarters. Zach, you
I don't
got
know
7
what
left.
the data is. I don't know what the data is here, but I like the fact that I have 4 different quarters to do this.
Okay. You have 7 left. I have 9 left. Fran has 12 left. 2 items left.
All right, so my final one, obviously Monday night, Nick Foles, big retirement ceremony.
Nice.
Any play is run from the 9-yard line. Could be either 9-yard line.
Either
obviously,
9-yard line.
Either 9-yard line from either team. Any play is run from the 9-yard line. We'll start the bidding at 2.
3.
I should have messed around with that divisible one. I like this one better.
3 to Bo.
4 for me.
4 to Fran.
I'll go 5.
5 to Bo.
I'll go 6. I like
6 to Fran.
I like this one. This is a fun one.
6 to Fran.
Oh, do
Zach
I
only
want,
has
do I
7
want
left.
turkeys
Zach-
left for Deniz?
6 to Fran going once. Going twice.
Taking it. There you go. Zach's out.
Sold to Fran for 6.
All right.
All right.
So we
Good
got
one, Fran.
Yeah, you got 6 left. I got 9 left. Zach's got 7 left.
for the final one.
Last one. Deniz. This better not be a normal.
Okay,
no
auction.
way
so
it's a
this is
normal
not a
auction.
normal one.
Yeah.
This is, I don't know what this means. Okay. all,
Perfect.
all pay sealed bid auction.
Okay.
All players submit sealed bids. The highest bidder wins the item, but all bidders pay their own bid. Players can borrow turkeys from next week to bid. If there is a tie for the highest bid, nobody wins the item, but everyone still pays.
All
If you can
right.
translate that for me, that would
You
be
got,
great.
did you get that, Zach?
Do you have to bid? Like, do you, is zero a
Yeah, you
an
can put
option?
0. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I did just listen to the episode yesterday where you all had to bid and the low bid. It was something about like as long as the low bid was okay, and he went super low. And he had to pay so many turkeys, and Zach, you were so upset. You were more upset than the Jack Driscoll news last week. It was a tough listen.
I don't like
All
to
right.
waste money.
All right. What is the item? It's not real money. I hope you understand that.
Okay, here it is. You ready?
Yep.
The
Oh.
Eagles win the
Eagles
game.
win the game. Wow.
Joy,
Yeah.
I am messaging you mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay.
I'll slack you mine too.
Okay. Okay, got Zacks bid in.
I don't know. I don't know what to think of Fran.
Got
He's an agent of
Fran's-
chaos here. I know what
Fran's
Zach's going to
bid.
do.
Fran's bid is in.
I'm in. No matter what, they're spent.
Yes. All right.
Did you send it?
Oh, I'm just going to reveal it.
Oh, okay.
All right. Everybody ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Zach, what'd you say?
I did 0. I'm not messing around. I don't want to lose any turkeys.
Fran?
So I had 6 left
Yeah.
for this week.
Are you borrowing?
I borrowed from next week. I borrowed an additional 6. I went with 12.
Wow.
I feel like the Eagles will win this game, so I felt really good about it. I already had
right.
4 bids submitted. I wanted to cement the victory with my
All
goal.
right. Well, you're going to make me pay 7 unnecessary turkeys. I didn't know if you were going to be willing to borrow. So you have sapped me of turkeys. I have 2 turkeys to carry over. You are going to be down 6 turkeys next week. But you have Eagles win the game. Could be a nice gambit to take down the initial week of Swooper. Just to recap, Zach, you have those 3 things that could happen on the Falcons' opening drive. The Drake London targets, the Kirk Cousins play action under center, or a 30-yard pass. You have Kyle Pitts cements his future status in Canton with 54 yards receiving, and one of the scores at the end of a quarter is divisible by the other. I have the Falcons
and the turkeys left over. Don't forget that.
And 7 turkeys to carry over. Yeah.
Yes, that's part of the equation for this week.
Okay. The Falcons score 12 or fewer points. Saquon and Drake London have more yards from scrimmage than A.J. Brown and Bijan Robinson. Zach has a spotty connection at some point during the postgame. And Jeremiah Trotter does not play a snap on punt or punt return. And I have 2 turkeys to carry over. Don't forget that. Fran has Saquon tops 100 yards rushing. The Eagles complete a pass on under center play action. They have an explosive play, 16 yards or more out of empty. A play is run from the 9-yard line, and the Eagles win the game, and he will be starting next week with only 18 turkeys. What a ride.
We're back.
We're back.
You're back. I'm in for the first time.
All right, Zach, good luck reviewing the tape on this bad boy. Hope you sleep well. And that'll do it for this episode of the PHLY Eagles podcast. We are back tomorrow at 2 o'clock with Daniz himself. Maybe we'll have some thoughts on how things went today. And then after that, back on Monday at 2 o'clock before the pregame show, the halftime show, and the postgame show Monday night. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Welcome back to Swooper. Thanks to Julia for making it happen. And as always, we love you.
We all silly like the mayor.